I messed up. I definitely messed up. So I'm here. They're gonna start loading me here. You can probably see it in the mirror. You just kind of back up to a door at a weird angle because there's vehicles and stuff. And anyways, so before I came here, before I go anywhere, I look at the map. I look on Google Maps and I see what the place looks like, possibly where I would have to go in at, you know, how many docks they have, how busy does it look, do they have a whole bunch of stuff laying around, you know, is it going to be packed? You never know. So I look at the map first, and that's what I did. And on the map, I swear, this place is connected to the place right across the yard here. It's a tree service company. On the map, it doesn't say that. The actual map, if you click on the shipper where I'm at, it shows that building right there. So that's where I went. And I pull in, right, sitting, let me see here, right there in that drive. And I pulled up and I parked, and I'm like, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look like what it did on the map. I go up to the door. It's a tree service company. It says private drive, no turnaround. I'm like, okay, I cannot turn a semi around right in there. Going out back though, there's plenty of room. Because it says private drive, no turnaround, I call them because I see the number on their door. I gave them a call. This lady answers the phone. I said, listen, I'm supposed to be getting the load out of, you know, the shipper and everything. And I said, this doesn't look like it's the right place. And she goes, no. She's like, I have never heard of where you're talking about. Well, it's right here. Like, if you look on Google Maps and you click that shipper, it shows that building. So I said, well, is there any way I can go around back, turn around, and, you know, get back out? And she goes, no, we have piles of mulch back there. I said, okay. I'm like, I see a couple semi trucks and some trailers parked back there. There's no room to turn around up here, and I can't back out onto the road. Is there any way I can just go back there real quick? I'll be in and out, turn around. And she says, no, I'm sorry. And I said, okay, not a problem. I said, I'll figure something out. So I back up a little bit and I park down there by the road. And right in that moment, I'm looking at this traffic and I'm looking at the road just going up. And I'm like, no, there's no way I could back out of here safely. So I call the North Ridgeville Police Department, the non-emergency number. I called them up and I told them, I said, listen, this is what's going on. I said, I'm at the wrong place. I didn't go through the whole thing of, you know, well, on Google Maps, it looks like it's connected. It shows that address. It's beside the point at that moment. So she's like, okay. She's like, what's the phone number for you? This and that. And I said, I just need to back out onto the road, and I cannot do it safely alone because when I'm in the truck, I can't see traffic on either side hardly. There's turns in the road and everything else, and it's a small, narrow drive. And she goes, okay. She's like, I'll have an officer sent out to help you. I said, no problem. So this officer shows up, and he was phenomenal. He pulls up and he's just like, hey, what's going on? And I told him the whole spiel and everything, and he's like, okay. He's like, yeah, that's not a problem. He goes, do you have enough room to back this thing on the road? And I said, I'm gonna make room. I said, if I pulled in here, I can back out. That's like the way it works. If you pull in somewhere, you should be able to get back out. And I needed to come to this place. So he's like, yeah, if you got the room, he says, I'll stop traffic for you. He's like, do you need me to help guide you back? I said, no. I said, I need the cars to stop. I will back the thing out. I just need to know there's no vehicles coming in either direction because it's a small 2-lane road. And he's like, okay, not a problem. So he pulls up, turns his lights on. He gets both sides stopped. That's my moment. So I pull up, I start kind of angling a little bit, and I backed out onto the road, and I turned into here, and he took off and he went down the road. But he was a great guy. I didn't get his name or his badge number, but he was fantastic. I told him, I said, there's no way I could do this safely, and I don't want to put anybody in danger. And he's just like, yeah, well, you know, we're coming up to 9 o'clock. He goes, I don't know why it's as busy as it is. And I'm like, I don't know, but I can't do it without putting somebody in danger. So he's like, no, you made the right choice. He said, this is good. I said, all right. So that's my little story for the day of how I messed up. I'm still taking the blame for it. I'm still taking full responsibility. I looked at the map, and the map was wrong, but I don't know. I could have called this place and said, listen, what building are you guys? Because there's multiple buildings here. But I went off of street view, and I went off of the overhead view, and I was in the right place, just on the wrong side. So that was my mistake for the day. It happens. We're all human. But nobody got hurt. Everybody's safe. Let's just keep going. what did we learn today? Don't trust Google Maps, which I don't anyways. I don't trust GPS. I don't use it. I look at a map and I figure it out. But in this case, Google Maps, as well as myself, were wrong. And that's okay. That happens. Current time right now, 4:30 up here, 5:30 at home. I am parked. I'm done for the day. I just delivered there at WG, and I bobtailed down here to park. The only reason I bobtailed is because I have a feeling I'm going to Milwaukee in the morning to go get the starter replaced on the truck, or looked at least. If I'm not going there, I will run back down to WG and I'll grab an empty, and I'll run that to the other U-lines or wherever I'm grabbing a load from. Usually it's W5 or Pleasant Prairie area or something. Pleasant Prairie area. So we'll see how all that goes out in the morning. I had reset one of my trip odometers on the truck when I left home this morning. So from the time I left home early this morning to the time right now, I averaged 8.9 miles per gallon, according to that. I'll take it. My other trip that has almost 18,000 miles on it is at 7.5. So I don't think that's terrible for a semi. You know, you kind of gauge things like 5.5 miles an hour. So that wasn't terrible, I don't think, to average almost 9 miles a gallon to get up here. Today was a total of 522 miles. Wasn't too bad. I still have 2 hours and 12 minutes available to drive, but there's no loads right now, and I wouldn't make it anywhere anyways. So I'm going to get out. I'm going to check things out, do a little post trip, and I'm gonna get something to eat, and then I'm gonna start relaxing. Just kind of hang out in the air conditioning for right now until it cools down out there. It is hot, it is sunny, it's bright. I do have some of the curtain closed here just to block that part of the sun, because it is hot. You can feel the heat just from that right there. So that's what we're gonna do. So thanks for tuning in today. I know it was a shorter video, but I made a mistake and I'm man enough to admit it. I am human. I'm not perfect. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one. Have a great day and have a great hike.